Have here is the Empyrean, which is the result of our last 2 years of work. This is the reason why we have been so quiet after the release of the 99 Classics. This is a flagship product that we developed together with Renato, and basically we did everything the way we thought a high-end flagship headphone should sound, without making any compromise. It's not conceived to become so much as a commercial product as much as a statement product. We used CNC for the entire frame. Everything is CNC from aluminum, carbon fiber for the headband. We paid a lot of attention to weight and comfort, and this is the first time we're basically showing it in public. Luckily, people love it. I will first let Pablo talk about the technology inside the headphone, which I think most people want to hear about, and then I'll go over some of the key ergonomic features.
Sounds good.
Actually, in these headphones, for these headphones, we have specially developed Meze3, the first isodynamic hybrid array driver. Here you can see, let's say, a demo of the diaphragm. There are several unique and very special features. The first one is the design of the trace pattern on the diaphragm. As you can see, it is continuous trace, but it is split into two different shapes that has a different efficiency on reproduction of different frequencies. The spiral one is more efficient in reproduction of mid and high frequencies, while the switchback trace is more efficient on reproduction of lower end frequencies. We did that for the purpose that on the frequencies over 10 kilohertz, the length of the sound waves became shorter than the inner cavity of the ear pad, and the sound field will start to getting diffused, and that results in that you will start to hear the reflected signals that are entering the ear canal with different time delays, which thereby worsening the 3D imaging and perception of the sound stage. What we did to solve this problem, we moved the most efficient part on reproduction of the high frequencies lower down to put it directly on the entry into ear canal in order to increase the exposure of a direct non-reflected sound waves into the ear canal, which has a significant improvement in the perception of the 3D imaging and localization of the sound. Another advanced feature is actually the material of the diaphragm, which we have customly developed for this driver. It is very lightweight yet rigid. We have achieved the structure with the upper frequency limit of 110 kilohertz, while having a deep and extended bass response. Also, we have used a very advanced damping techniques that allowed us to decrease the total harmonic distortions to 0.1% in the whole frequency range of the driver. Another interesting feature is the isomagnetic ear pad lock, which utilizes the stray fields that are generated by the magnet array in here. You can see it allows very easily to exchange the ear pads, and at the same time it increases the efficiency of the driver by 12%. These two developments are patent pending designs, and we believe that they're very advanced and fitting well into the flagship product. Also, we were targeting on the weight and efficiency. The driver has only 67 grams of the weight per side, while having a 100 dB sensitivity. That results, together with a very effective mechanical design, in under 400 grams of overall design. Actually, we're targeting into 390.
I wanted to add something I forgot to mention earlier. This whole thing is not out of the blue. So before talking about anything else, I wanted to say Renaro actually has a 30-year experience in planar magnetics. So
yeah, that's true.
This is not an experiment based on nothing. They actually developed drivers for many of the famous, for some of the famous headphones that are in the market today. We cannot say for what brands, but they do. And this is the first time Renaro comes to the forefront, and through a collaboration, their name also becomes known. And now back to the headphone itself. So, as Pablo was saying, is lightweight structure, and on top of that, we made sure that the contact points with the body are in such way designed that they create a better using experience for more comfort. So, for the headband, we have another patent pending invention, which is the we call it weight distribution wing, and what it does basically, it brings the soft leather headband closer in contact with your head. A regular leather headband would have a contact point on the top of your head, while this particular headband will enlarge the contact surface all the way down here towards your temples. And the result is very simply the fact that you feel them as if they're lighter. So at already 390 grams plus a big contact surface and soft ear pads which sit at the proper angle, result in a experience that you would have with much lighter headphone. Basically, you can't really tell that it's a heavy planar or something like that.
This is one of the lightest headphones, full-size planar magnetic headphones on the market so far.
Yeah, and I would say it's one of the most comfortable, but I would let other people also try and compare. We have, for example, here a lineup of all the high-end stuff, and I keep switching back and forth, and I'm pretty confident that it's one of the most comfortable.
And the feedback from the visitors are quite good.
The point of this is to create a proper listening experience, because as an audiophile you don't listen for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour, you listen for hours. At least that's how I see it, that's how I use headphones. So yeah, long listening time is important, I think.